Oh gosh.
We finally in there. We are in there now. Yo, that was random. Oh my gosh. Yo, that was so random.
That was crazy. Kaya over there weak.
That was nice.
Yo, we are finally live, y'all. We got some technical difficulties. We're like, what is going on? Things happening that ain't never happened before. But
For
like,
real.
what is happening here? But anyway, we here.
For real.
We all the way here.
We all the way. We in there like swimwear. Yeah.
Y'all a mess.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. We in here. We got Kaya. Yes, Kaya's in the house. Look at the beautiful Kaya. Okay, real quick. Welcome. Crystal's on. Crystal said,
yes.
Best friend.
Yo,
best friend and best cousins.
Look, before we get started, Kaya's people were deep, yo. Like, I put this post out, and Kaya's people were on it, sharing, liking, posting. These people came out of the woodwork. I was like, Kaya, honey, I hope you're ready because they are ready. And she's like, no.
Right. Girl, I was like, what are they doing?
This is beautiful. Your people love you, honey. They came out of the woodwork.
That's the only way. That's the only way to have them. That's the only way to have them. Nothing but love.
Gosh.
Ain't got nothing but love for you, baby.
Nothing at all. So y'all, real quick, welcome. We're gonna welcome y'all to the K.R.E platform with me and Tills. Okay.
Yes.
Kinky Root Evolve, doing what we do. We have such a good time digging into our roots, right? Tila, digging into the roots. Right here lately. It's been really interesting because I think the Most High has had us on a journey of like digging into like, the roots of like, our classmates, family, friends. It's been so fun just vibing with our roots. And right here lately, it's been New Bern, right, Tila? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I feel like this is where it all started.
This is where it is. Hey, we got.
Still say on the playground is where I spent most of my days. And relaxing on cool, on shakes on D-ball outside of my school and a couple of guys.
This is about to be a whole vibe. I'm so excited.
Very much.
I'm gonna chill out. Let Tila do her thing. We are going to formally introduce the beautiful
mommy.
Kaja Causey.
Yes. We are back. Yes.
Oh,
hi, Kaya's mom. Look, listen, y'all. Kaya is probably gonna be full of giggles all night. But yes, we are back. K.R.E. Kinky Roots Evolve. Tonight we have with us no one better than the Miss Kaja Causey herself. We all go back to New Bern naturally, like Donnie said. This is 252. It gets no better than that. I just want to take a moment to, of course, welcome her. Well, we want to take a moment to, of course, welcome her. We're going to be like kind of branching out into a lot of things. Ultimately, we're going to have fun. I think, we're going to hit on some great topics. So hopefully you guys can tune in and stay tuned. But without further ado, Kaya, you want to take it away, introduce yourself, tell us some things about you, what you got going on.
Oh my goodness. So I'm Kaya Causey from Carolina, currently resided in Virginia. As the post said earlier, I am the owner and CEO of P.A.R.T, which is a mental health agency. And I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm here. And I appreciate you ladies for even, giving me this opportunity and welcome me to your platform.
You're welcome.
Yes. So, really quick, we decided to invite Kaya because, oh my goodness, this woman is just absolutely amazing. I mean, her glow, everything she speaks for. I've been watching her on social. Kaya and I haven't connected in years since high school, but I think her and Tila have recently.
Yeah.
But me and Kaya and we haven't physically connected, but I
Mhm.
have been watching her, y'all, and watching her story and watching her evolve, like literally evolve into like this beautiful woman and everything that she's got going on. So I was like, Tila, let's invite
Hey,
Kaya.
baby.
Oh my gosh, I know she could empower the people with everything you've got going on. You know, your mental health journey, how you're providing these amazing resources for the people. It's just so much. And I hope we're able to dig into everything, because Kaya has a lot of greatness, goodness going on in her life. So Tila and I just wanted to bring her on the platform, one, to show the people, look, we're all in this together, you know, and when we share our journey with people, it kind of brings light to, you know, the authenticity of the person. And when the journey is authentic, y'all help me. Listen, I'm glitching.
Authentic. Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
thank
you.
you. I'm glitching. When the journey is that
Not
way, people just
glitching.
naturally gravitate like a computer. People just naturally gravitate toward you, right? And then you can be that light that people need on their journey, you know. So, where do we want to even freaking start, y'all? Like, I don't even really know where to start.
I don't know, but for whatever reason, I feel like I need to just talk about one of my first encounters with Kaya. I think I met Kaya in high school. Had I stayed at Bangor, I would have met you in middle school, but I met Kaya in high school. And I believe we had PE together. And Kaya was so, like, Kaya's always been tall, right? But in this space, like, so me, I'm being short, right? Like, kind of like, like I was always intimidated by new people. I don't know why, and never heard anything bad about Kaya. But in this space, I don't know what we were talking about, but Kaya shared something with me that she had, was it juvenile diabetes? And you took me on this journey of your childhood, and like it was like why me? Why is she telling me this? You know, like I don't even know. I don't even know, but I immediately thought, like, this is a sweet girl. You know what I mean? Like it was like I know, like nobody, Kaya, I promise you, I've never heard anything bad about you, right? But I start with that because my very first encounter with you, you know what I mean? It was like we just started talking, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I know, you hear stuff on commercials all the time, but then to say, oh my gosh, I have a classmate that has that. And then she was just so transparent with her journey with this, this illness. And then I think about how our paths have crossed in so many different settings. You know what I mean? Kaya and a group of our friends came to visit me in Virginia, and then me and Kaya kind of got looped into a different space with her son. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just so crazy. But like for whatever reason, like we've always been connected, but it's always been in a humble space. I can see Kaya. We might not have seen or spoken to each other, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey girl, call on the phone, none of that. But when we see each other, it's nothing but love and laughs. I promise you, that's all it is. And I'm telling you something, when you got Kaya with you, Kaya is on every set. She's watching everything. So you're good. If ain't nobody else watching,
you're good.
If ain't nobody else watching, Kaya is watching. I'm telling you, Kaya is watching, y'all. But all that to say, with everything that I know that we're going to embark on tonight, I just want you guys to just be open, hear her. The transparency has always been there. And for me, I think one of my biggest things when it comes to the difference between honesty and transparency, you're just open and forthcoming. Honesty is I can ask you a question and you'll give me the answer without being forthcoming, right? Kaya's always been the epitome of that. And so I'm excited to hear what she has to share about mental health from a provider stance, mental health from a receiver stance, also being a parent, and then how we all can relate on some of our own insecurities, the paths the roads that we've traveled, and how they're similar and different. So let's get it. Hey, Trinika.
Hey,
hey, Vicky.
Kaja just a giggling.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
I gotta keep. I'm be giggling all night.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Tell us really quick. Okay, tell us about your mental health journey. Why did you decide to take that route? I know you shared with Tila and I a little bit about your backstory, and the things that you kind of went through personally. Would you like to enlighten the audience on some of those things, like how were you engaged in this whole mental health space, and why are you so passionate about it?
It's crazy because when I started college, after I had my son, I went back to school. I went to school to be a food inspector. It like insanely crazy. Then basically when I finished, when I graduated, I was a kindergarten teacher. And I just knew I couldn't do 25 kids for 8 hours. So mental health came about. I want to say I've always been that kid in school. You know how you got those certificates? It's like best helper or, great helper. I've always got those certificates. So I've always been a helper, right? Then I grew up kind of like in my home. Like my mom was a therapeutic parent, she was a foster parent. She also worked for social services. So I just grew up around mental health. We had people, young kids come in at the house, with real mental health issues. So I grew up in it. I think it's just a knack that I have to want to help people. So my sister called me and was like, hey, like Virginia has this position. I think, you'll be good for it. And I got into the position. And I've been in the position as it's a qualified mental health professional. We call them QMHPs up here. And I've been in this probably as far as Virginia goes since 2012. But I've been in the field since like '08. I did some things back in New Bern as well. A couple agencies I worked for then. Um, I think my passion definitely steers from my own mental health. When I was about 16, I was diagnosed with depression. I took medications. I also went to therapy as a child. So I just have like this passion, to help others who deal with the same thing. So in 2011, 2012, when I came up here and got the job as a qualified mental health professional, I was going to church, and I tell this story all the time. I had two pastors. I was going to different churches, trying to figure out where I wanted to be. And both of them on two different Sundays told me, when are you going to start your agency? Or no, he didn't say agency. I'm sorry. When are you going to start your business? And at that time, like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know. So this was 2012. So let's just fast forward to 2019 is when I actually started the business, and I started, okay, I think this is what I need to be doing. And that's a lot of prayer. That's a lot of, just trying to figure out what my walk should be, what my purpose is. So I started in 2019. But I honestly didn't get my business going until last year of April. So it took me from 2019 to 2024. It doesn't take a soul that long. However, I was doing it on my own. And I had to still work. I still had to provide. So I was a little bit slower than I wanted it to be. So I have my own agency now. We provide mental health skill building services. People who are diagnosed with mental health illnesses from schizophrenia, bipolar, major depression, PTSD, ADHD, just trauma all around the board. And we also provide crisis services. We also provide, well, not yet, but I just put in for substance abuse. So we will provide outpatient substance abuse classes for individuals who struggle with addiction. And my passion for this just literally comes from my own walk, um, my care of people, and like I say, what I've been through, and I've had some really really dark days, and I think a lot of times people they wouldn't look at me and even think that I had the darkest of those days. But I did. And that's why I'm also like big. I don't know if y'all ever see it on Facebook or wherever on social media, but I'm so big about my birthdays because when I tell you guys, I am a walking miracle. I'm a walking miracle. I mean, I think we know that life happens, right? And life, you can be here and gone in any moment. But when you do those things and you take it in your own hands, is it's a little bit different. So that's why my birthdays are big for me, and I celebrate my life. I thank God for keeping me, and I'm not even upset for anything I've ever been through because I think it made me who I am today. Almost 40 years old, the person I am today is because of everything I went through. Also having the craziest support backbone. Shout out to my mama. I'm trying to get teary eyed. Shout out to my mama and my best friend, my cousins, Stephanie, Carbots, Ty Cochran, my sister, and my best friend Chrissy. And a lot of like those four are really all my sisters. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is just something that I think I'm supposed to be doing. Well, I don't think I know it.
Yeah,
And,
ownership.
I figured out. Right. I figured it out. I'm just trying to walk purposefully now, and I'm trying to walk obediently. And even being obedient with this whole this speaking, right? I had a women's empowerment event in February, and I did not want to speak, but I had this, and I was not going to. And Steph was like, "You got to talk." I'm like, "I'm saying that. I don't want to talk." So I just want to be in the background. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up speaking, and I honestly shocked myself. I brought up the verse Habakkuk 2:2, and that was my whole topic was, writing your vision, making it plain. I don't care how long it takes, how old you are, go for it. Whatever. I'm almost 40, and I just started my business last year. Like I'm, like just figuring all this stuff out. So
except for being a rapper,
whatever it is
right?
that you want to do out here, huh?
I said, except for being a rapper, right? I'm messing. No, I was just saying. You said no. When you said whatever your mission is, go for it. We don't want any 50-year-old rapper.
Oh, listen, no. I truly believe for the stars. Shoot for the stars. If you want to be a rapper, I would say that should, let's have some other ways of income and you know what I'm saying? But shoot for your dream. Shoot for your dream.
Right.
Shoot for it.
But as you were saying.
But yeah, so that's like, like I was saying, that's why I started this thing. That's why I'm still in it. I love what I do. I think that's important. Yes, we all want to make money. But I think it's even better when you can make money and love what you do to, make your coin.
Yeah.
So I love what I do. And I just want to keep going. I want to, I want to do so much to help people because of being in the field. I see so much. I'm talking about so much. So I just want to help people. I recently also started a nonprofit, and it's LMBDD or double D, however you want to say it. And those are all the initials of my grandmother's names. We got Lola Mae Balcom, Dorothy, and Darlene. And I think what was actually special was that I was talking to my dad one night, and he was like, "You forgot about my grandma." And I was like, "Well, I really didn't know her." And he was like, "Well, she in there." And I said, "How?" He said, "Her name was Lucetti McGee." And I said, "Well, look at that. You see how that worked out? Okay. She in there. You see?
Yes.
How they supposed to happen?" And so yeah, I got that going. And this nonprofit, a social service nonprofit. So I'm working on getting a storefront. People can come and get clothes, toiletries, food, shoes, all of these things. Because you guys, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you do know. People are really out here hurt. And we go about our everyday life. We don't know. You don't know until you know. So my thing is that I just want to be able to give back. Community is a word that I use a lot, but to me, community means togetherness. And we need that. And people,
Absolutely.
I want to give people hope, and give them, just people walk around hopelessness. Well, not hopelessness. People walk around hopeless. And I want to be able to give people
Yeah.
hope and help them navigate this walk with this illness that they have. Because it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Um,
Yeah.
and we also have something coming for in New Bern for Black Friday. LMBDD, my nonprofit, will be giving something
Oh,
back. We'll
nice.
be giving, things back for Christmas and back to school. And it's different,
Okay.
right? Because back to school is usually like August, but kids run through supplies, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we thought of doing something midway. So we'll be
Okay.
doing something on Black Friday. So if you guys see the post, please share.
Mm-hmm.
Please share.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
not only sharing,
Mhm.
let us know how we can,
Support.
also be a vessel there.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you mentioned the word community, that kind of touched me because I have been in a space where I've been trying to get something off the ground. So at 1 year, my kids and I, well, my husband, my family and I, we went and did um Christmas cards at the old folks center right here local. And I've been collecting Christmas cards to give out every year now because sometimes that's the only interaction some of these people get. You know what I'm saying? But I not only wanted to
Mhm.
do it for Christmas,
Mhm.
I want to do like popsicles with them. I want to do, Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
real Thanksgiving meals with them. Like this
Yeah.
is what we're thankful for, to be able to sit around and, break bread essentially. Um and then the
Mhm.
real meaning of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
hard when it's just you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So this speaks volumes to me. It speaks volumes about your character, about who you are and what you stand for.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
Yes. So Kaya, when we spoke with you a little time ago, you mentioned how you like to be able to relate to all of your clients. Relatability is a big thing for you,
Mhm.
right? Like
Mhm.
you have
Mhm.
certain
Yes.
situations to where you present yourself a certain way depending on what this client has going on. So talk to the people a little bit about your
Mhm.
ability to be relatable, because I feel like a lot of people don't have that. I mean, the fact that you have the gift to be
Yeah. So.
relatable on so many different levels, which is why I feel like you're thriving in this, mental health space, because mental health goes very deep,
Mhm.
on so many different
Yeah.
levels. So talk to us about the
Mhm.
relatability aspect that you have within your organization.
So we are community based, right? So people don't come to us like in an office and receive services. People, we have to go to their homes and we provide services out. A lot of our clients are in the urban community. They are also in public housing. And the real of it is that you cannot show up with a briefcase or a suitcase and a suit and think they're going to open up and talk to you. That's not how this is going to happen. So when I say, relatable is being able to remain professional, right? Because you have to stay professional regardless,
Mm-hmm.
and create those boundaries in the very beginning and to be able to let them know, like, make them feel comfortable, and let them know that you're here for them, and that also entails, when you get these people, is knowing a little bit about their story.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you go to them, you're just not a complete stranger to what they have going on. And then, once you create that rapport, me personally, I have no problem opening about my past and my own personal mental health issues. But you have to. It's a fine line between boundaries, though, right? Because you can't get too
Personally.
um,
Right.
right,
Mm-hmm.
too people, too personal. But just being relatable in the aspect of how you show up,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, like I say, you can't. I don't know anywhere you can show up and have that suit on and have your nose in the air and And I'm talking about you walking in situations. I always tell all my people, all my staff, I don't even call them staff. I'm sorry. I tell my team, listen, if you're uncomfortable going into this situation, you got to use your own discernment. You got to use your own awareness, because we are trained, we are taught how to, determine what's safe and what's not safe. So going into somebody's house, and I being honest with y'all and transparent, right? You might walk into somebody's house and you see all kinds of stuff running around, rodents, bugs, but you can't walk it in and be like, oh no, I can't, can't do it. Well, I'm not gonna say you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, right? You can also make a self, a conscious decision to say, hey, well, can we meet outside? Or can we meet here? But you can't make people feel uncomfortable. So I think that's the way you relate to people. I'm not saying that you have to normalize their lifestyle, but you can't make them feel bad either about how they're living or what's going on with their mental health diagnosis. So I just keep that in mind, when I'm in the field, because I'm still in the field, even as a CEO and owner. I have no problem. Like I told them today in a staff meeting, I said, listen, I'm not being in the program. I would still go out and service clients. I would still go out and see people, what I mean? Not being in the program, because that's what I want to do anyway.
For me, I think that is so remarkable. Just in a space of thinking, like, if I'm the newest kid on the block and I'm working with your team, knowing that this woman gets out there and does exactly what I do. Like, you know how much hope that gives the new kid on the block? How much, like, it's not like, they have to present a case to you and it just be like a foreign process. You know what I mean? And it's like also from the top looking down, it's like, if you guys are short, you're not a stranger to this field or a stranger to this process anymore, right? So I love it. I love that you're still willing to get dirty with your people.
Yeah, Crystal said boots on the ground. That's what we like. Yes.
Yes.
Best friend.
Okay, Kaya, really quick. Is your sister Kaja Causey? Am I looking at this right or no? I got somebody on IG.
Shakira.
Dr. K.R.E. K.R.E.
Yep.
She's blowing the IG chat up. I just want to make sure she's on, she's live, she's engaged.
Hey,
yes, I just hopped on too. Hey, Ty. I just want to make sure they're on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tila.
Oh no, I'm sorry. So I wanted to go back to the Bible verse that you shared. I think you're probably a little bit deeper in that language than I am. But when you initially shared this with us, you didn't share the verse. I don't think so. You shared, write the vision, make it plain. So then today you gave us the book and the verse and the chapter and the verse number. And when I initially wrote this out, I wrote out right as in left or right. Right?
Gotcha.
But what I like about it is, because this is what we call those a homonym, a homophone, or whatever, when it's right and right. Yeah, one of them words, right? So, but Donzie wrote it out. It's right as in scribble. And I was like, but look how that homophone was right or correct in both ways. Someone gave you a vision and you was like, no, not me. But look how you write. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? You went with that vision. I'm like, oh, that's deep. Okay. I love it.
Yes, that's really deep. I like that too. I like how you brought that up.
Because I was just like, I had never heard it, but it was like I scribbled that down, like it really stuck with me. And then when I heard this, when Donzie wrote it out today, I'm like, okay, like, all right, I was wrong. But then again, how this relates to Kaya, she was like, nah, wrong person. But in a sense, it was right. This is your vision, ma'am. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So I want to ask really quick, the process of waiting it out. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about that part of it. A lot of people want to highlight the accomplished portion. of the dream, right? And to be, in my opinion, I really feel like, honey, you just getting started. I feel like this is just the beginning for you, Kaya. Like, so it's just gonna keep growing. You know what I mean? But before you got to this point, the point of waiting it out, working hard, putting the pieces together, those long nights of having all the questions and not the answers. Talk to us a little bit about that really quick. Like, how did that feel? What did that look like? Because when you have a vision this big, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it seems lonely at times. And a lot of times when you have a vision like this, which is just so powerful, and it's going to touch so many people on so many different levels. Everyone cannot relate to this. Like, this is your baby. This is your calling. So share with the audience, like, how did that feel? What did that look like for you in the building phase?
It was stressful. But it was, I would say it was worth it, right? It was beyond stressful. I'm talking about, I think in 20, I want to say in 2023 and 22, I literally was not doing it. I gave up. I'm telling you, I completely gave up because the way the process is that you have to write the policies and procedures, right? And I kept turning them in. I'm turning them in since 2019. It's 2022, it's 2023, and they kept getting rejected. They kept getting rejected. I had to keep getting, corrections done. And I was exhausted. And I mean, this is just not for me. This is not what it is. And literally the December of sent my corrections in, full approval. And I don't really remember like what sparked me back up to say, girl, get this done. But I did it. And I know what sparked me up. It was nobody but the man upstairs. I know that's what, sparked me to, no, you can't give up. No, this is what you're gonna do. And this once again is me being obedient. So it was tough. It was. I mean, I had my friends know, especially the I didn't had dark days, to the point where I was like, I just give up. I don't know what my purpose is no more. And, so it was tough. But everything, like I say, from womb to now, everything I've been through has made me who I am. And everything I've been through, I'm not upset about it. It made me who I am. It gave me a lot of strength. It gave me growth. And like I always tell people, when I tell some of my clients, I always tell them, you have, in order to grow, you have to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Very much. Very much.
Yeah. Yeah. So even with this speaking thing, right?
Yes.
Y'all know. Y'all know, right?
Me and Tila excited. Kaya was nervous, like super nervous. She look, y'all, before we got on, Kaya said, "Oh Jesus, oh Jesus." She was calling on the Lord so many times.
Time to say, you got something to calm the nerves.
I don't know what it is about public speaking. I don't know about public speaking, but it's just not my niche. But however,
you're so great.
I know that I have a voice.
You're doing great.
I know it needs to be heard. I don't know if I'm great, y'all, but I know I have a voice that needs to be heard. And I have to be obedient.
Yes.
And like I just said, in order to grow, you have to be uncomfortable.
Very much.
So I'm willing to be uncomfortable to grow, because before I want to fulfill my purpose. I don't want to be, I don't mean this in any way, but I want to fulfill my purpose. I want to walk in my purpose. I don't want to just be here wasting time.
Right.
I just want to be obedient to what God has brought me to do. And I'm not perfect by a long shot, right? I'm not perfect. But my relationship with him is definitely blooming. And I'm just walking. And it's not straight and narrow. It's not. Especially for me. It's very curvy. And a lot of rocks in the way too.
Right.
A lot of stumbling.
So you bobbing and weaving.
I get right up. Exactly.
Right.
These are the pigeon toe and not knees. Get
Oh,
right back up.
right,
It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
When you were talking about
they get right back up.
Hold on. You were talking about, we got a lot of comments in the chat. Crystal said, amen. Stephanie said, you're doing great, sweetie. Chris Jenner voice.
Stephanie.
I don't even want to know what that inside joke is, but I feel like she said it a lot on the show to her kids.
Oh my goodness. Dang, what was I saying? I just had a brain fart. Oh yeah, complacency, right? And being comfortable. I wanted to talk about that. I heard a good friend of mine, someone asked him a question, and they asked him, what do you think the number one, and they said it just like this, what do you think the number one killer is in our generation? And he said it as clear as day. He was like complacency and comfort. Our generation is too comfortable and we're too complacent, and we don't stretch ourselves to fulfill our purpose. And he was saying that in our generation, he feels like that's like the thing that's really killing us off, like from a spiritual standpoint, right? And I was like, oh, that's so deep. Like, I can see that. You talk to people who have so much inside of them, but they never let it out. They just stay doing the same thing every day, all day, and they never stretch beyond their present. I just wanted to say that when you said that, because that's so true.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, you see people put 40 years in at a job and then they get let go, and it's like, what am I going to do now? You had a lot of hopes and dreams and ambitions that you put them away because of this career that you weren't really being fulfilled with, but it paid the bills. It kept food on the table. It allowed you to, do these things or do, whatever. So no, I agree. Complacency is like, some people just get comfortable, like very comfortable. Oh, well, I have a degree, I have a good job. I'm good. I don't have any other, hopes and aspirations. So.
Right. So I want to commend you again, because this is a nonprofit, correct? Is this a nonprofit organization, organizations, correct?
Join Us is not nonprofit. LMBD
okay.
is nonprofit.
Okay. I want to commend you, because starting up those type of businesses, girl, when you said that you went through it, I can only imagine. I've heard so many and seen so many people who just quit. They let it go because it's not easy. It's really, really, really hard submitting it, all that stuff, and getting no. So I want to give a round of applause, honey, because I don't even have the courage to do the nonprofit. I've never crossed that lane, because I'm like, Lord, all that paperwork, all that stuff, can't do it. Can't do it. So I want to commend you. Like that is huge.
Thank you.
That's a lot of legwork behind the scenes that people have no idea about. And you did all that on your own.
Yes, and I want to hire help. I hired help to help me get started with the nonprofit. But I want to shout out my board, because I just called them and they came, and it was no questions asked. It was just, okay, what we got to do? That is Crystal, Chrissy, Stephanie, Dr. Kira, my sister, and Ty Cochran, my sisters, literally. So shout out to my board. Like, they were boots on the ground, 10 toes down.
I know, that's y'all.
Right.
I love y'all so much.
Your family is beautiful. Y'all go deep, even on a professional level, a sisterhood. Like, y'all are deep, y'all. And I love that, Kaja. Like, it's a beautiful thing how you have your family that's with you on this journey, and your family is educated and have knowledge. Like, girl, that's a blessing in itself, honey. That in
very
itself.
Much. I can say that one thing about Stephanie. I met Stephanie in high school as well, but even in that space, Stephanie has always been about business. Like, we either gonna get the job done, or we gonna get the job done. There was no other option. You know what I mean?
Right?
Right. So you gonna get it done and have fun, or you gonna get it done and, you know what I mean? Like, Stephanie would reach your, but we gonna get this job done. So she's just always been about business. I don't know anyone else in that space to say that, but I do know Stephanie has always been about her business.
Yes. And I just want to let y'all know, like, Kaja got this, her business, from what I've seen. I haven't been like inside the business, like actively working in it. But honey, Kaja got this thing on lock. Okay. So I had to call her project manager to schedule an appointment to meet with her. Okay. Hey Ty, I love you, boo. I was like,
yes, shout out to my chief of staff.
To the board, yes.
It was a beautiful thing.
I love these titles, man. I love all of this. Like, this is awesome.
I commend you. You're doing an amazing job. You are really, really setting the tone and doing an amazing job. So really quick, I want to make sure I put it in the chat right. You listed so many services that you offer. And I was like, holy crap, you saying it so fast and I wasn't able to put it in there. Can you tell us again the services that you have right now that you're able to offer, like all the different
currently it's only 2. Okay. So we have mental health, it's just a long name. Mental health skill building, which is 1. We also provide crisis, which is 2. And we are working on substance abuse. So that'll be a class you can come to. It's an outpatient service, and they can come to class 3 times a week, get all the help they need, to try to stay clean. But it's like an added resource.
The substance abuse is going to tie in with the storefront. No. Okay. Is it separate?
That's its own thing. That is literally like that's for anybody.
Okay.
That's for anybody. That's just something I'm creating for the community.
Okay, cool. Dante, let me know when you're good before we proceed. Good. You good? Okay. So when we talked to you, it was a couple of things that stood out to me that I really love how you put this. That your relationship with God, you said, my relationship with God is mine. Yes. Indeed. That could not have been said any other way to just put a stamp of approval. You know what I mean? On it. Like, I think some of us get so caught up in our relationship with our Father, our spiritual father in this aspect, and what others think or how others feel like it should be. And so your statement, and then it's like, oh, he knows my heart, right? That's when I go to like, oh, you know, but then this is another thing that Dante and I, we talk about, because every once in a while we'll be in this space and, a word will come, right, that we don't normally talk with, but we're passionate about what it is that we do. And someone might look at that and cast judgment, right? But my relationship with my spiritual father is mine. What you got going on with yours is yours. You understand? Don't worry about mine. Like, I'm good. And so I love how you place basically, like, it was just ownership. Yeah. Like it was just so powerful, but so simple. So like, what is like, so I say all that to say, like, what is that? In your words, what is that?
Just what it says. My relationship with God, my relationship. I think sometimes people get caught up in, first of all, I feel like, and I ain't gonna go too deep into that, but
please go deep. Please go deep. We like deep.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
It's your prerogative.
I mean, it's just simple. It's simple. My relationship with God is my relationship. My talk with him is my talk with him. My walk with him is my walk with him. I'm not perfect. I don't think nobody's perfect. I'm a person where, we have this thing about, sinning, and, I think a lot of times sin and morals, how can I say it? Let's just say cursing or adultery or fornicating, neither one outweighs the other. Neither one. So when you have to go answer to what you've done, he's not going to say, oh, well, this is negative 10 points. You know what I mean? No. A sin is a sin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A sin is a sin.
Right. Drop 4.
And I believe, right, and how you treat people. how you treat people is big. I always say I had a conversation recently, and it was about somebody that I know, and I just told them, well, I said this to someone. I said, you cannot walk this life. And I think me and Chrissy had this conversation all the time. You cannot walk around this world, this life, treating people in a way, a bad way, and think that you're going to have good come to you. I believe in good karma and bad karma, right?
Absolutely.
I believe in what you put out, you receive. So
Reflect.
if you're treating people, in a bad way, you can't expect great things to come to you or happen for you. And then you have to also be careful because it don't always come to you. You have kids. Your kids have kids. So you have to be careful how you're walking. And then I know one day I just had this thought and I was like, Lord, I said, if God treated us the way we treat people, if God didn't have so much grace that you know how much grace God gives us?
Man.
Could you just imagine if
Endless.
he took his grace away from us?
We'd be done for it.
And I just see people who don't give grace. They don't give grace. There's no empathy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, if God treated us that way, then isn't the whole talk and walk with God is to be more like Christ, right?
To be more
Is to
Christ-like,
be like
absolutely.
Christ. Is to, you know what I mean? And I know at my women's empowerment event, I said something. I was like, well, when people see me, I want them to see God. And I was like, oh, that probably sounded crazy. They was like, no, 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 no. You didn't say nothing wrong. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I didn't say nothing wrong. So when you see me, I'm not perfect, but I want you to see my light. I want you to see the God in me.
Absolutely. That's the God in
But
me.
I don't.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Like,
We got a song for everything.
Listen, me and my sister are like that. We will bust out in song, say anything. We're gonna bust out in song all the time. But yeah, my relationship with God is my relationship. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And I'll be very forthcoming. I don't know when the last time I've been to church. I don't know.
Either.
I couldn't tell
Me
you.
either, girl. My daughter just told me the other night. She's like,
tried.
"Mommy, when are we gonna go to church?" It's been years. I was like, "Listen, we are the church. We are the church right now."
Yeah.
And I do. Honestly, I want to
Mhm.
go. I do. I want to go. And I know that's another part of my journey is finding one that I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with. That I'm being fed from.
Right
But I do.
place is the hard
My
part.
cousin. Shout out to Chrissy. Shout out to Chrissy and her mom, and my mom as well. They send me so my church back home, Pastor Mr. Strayhorn, United Baptist Church, or West United Missionary Baptist Church. But every Sunday I get that word, especially if I'm home and I'm not out and about. I log on to that live and I get fed. I get fed. And I know that we should be in the house of God. I know that we should go. I know that I know that should happen. But I feel like the more important thing is your relationship with Him, your study with Him, your walk with Him, your way of being more like Him. Church is awesome. Don't get me wrong. And I want to get to the point where I start going. I want to find a church to go to. And when I do, I'll
you're gonna know
there.
though. You're gonna know.
Yeah.
And see, for me, y'all, and like in my opinion, this is church. We're gathering together, in the most
I was getting ready to go that way too.
You know what I mean? When I have
because we've talked about this.
We talk about the Most High. We vibe. We keeping each other empowered. We're not in a building, but we have each other, and I feel like that community, in that authentic space, with Kaya's walk and her spirituality with the Most High, Tila's walk, my walk, we all come together, and we congregate together, and we feed each other, until we find that temple.
Yeah.
Hell, if I ever find it, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is
right, but
good
that's how I feel too. I feel like this is spiritually feeding me. But then also, like, I think we talked about one, like, where we're all in a space of being obedient to this Most High, this spiritual Father of ours, and how our obedience has gotten us into a space of enlightenment, true happiness, fulfillment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, Crystal.
Yes, not
Absolutely. He was
limited to the four
not at
walls.
all. And
Right.
so I think, Donza, we talked about how like we don't tithe as in on a regular, like I'm gonna send, this 10% here, because we give back so much, we
Mm-hmm.
donate so much, we do so much with the community. To me,
Yeah.
I can't put that
That's your
is my
tithe.
tithes. You know what I mean? Like that's my
Mm-hmm.
heart. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I'm more satisfied in that space than handing somebody
Mm-hmm.
the 10%, But then
Like
we
walking in the like Tila with you, walking in your purpose. Kaya with you walking in your purpose. That's your tithing. I
very
mean,
much,
that's the best form of giving back to the Most High ever. When you have that
yeah,
simple obedience, like
Mm-hmm.
that
yeah,
is the tithe. When you say yes, Lord, that
yeah.
is the tithe. And everything else attached to that, when you're obedient, it's just gonna flow. When it's time to give, you'll give. When it ain't time to give, you ain't gonna give. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's all
Mm.
connected to that simple obedience and having that authentic relationship. Tithing is so simple. It's about giving from the heart.
But it's
I don't
also learning. It's
Mm-hmm.
going against what we were programmed to.
absolutely.
Yeah, what we were
Yeah,
programmed to understand. There's so many, synonymous meanings to tithing, offering,
right,
the church,
right,
fellowshipping. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
what we grew up seeing.
right.
But I think ultimately, if we're all just walking this path of obedience, we're gonna get our blessings. Hell, we're reaping the seeds that we're sowing now. I think we're all in a
Exactly.
great space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
I love
to
Mm-hmm.
how what
me,
Kaya was talking about, you got to be careful about what the good seeds and the bad seeds. Remember we was talking about
yeah.
that Tila a while back. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
grow and manifest. So you gotta be careful what kind of seeds you're planting because it's gonna come up. Whether
But
you
and
like
whether
it or
it comes up with you, it might come up with your children or your
not. The
children's children.
generations,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Like that's the part for me. It was just like, ooh, man. And it's like
yep,
I see it, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, when you said it, I could already visualize some of the things that I've seen. It was like, oh, that didn't come back to you, but it
Mm-hmm.
came back to your child tenfold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yep. Yep.
sometimes I get in a space where I'm like, man, we're probably, I feel like we're living the prayer of our ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
the ancestors that prayed
Mm-hmm.
for us. Oh my God, like hundreds of years ago,
Yeah.
we're living their prayer,
Yeah.
it's wow,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a beautiful thing when you just step back, and just keep it simple. That simple obedience is everything. Yeah,
And I
it's
think
so
Yeah.
powerful.
the simplicity, and I think you most definitely agree. I think the most simple part of it is not choosing a side, just doing what's right.
Hmm.
That's it.
Like,
That's it. That's literally
it
it.
doesn't get any
Doing what's right. And my daddy
okay.
all the time. So if you do what's right, you don't have to worry about what was wrong. Like just do what's
Mm.
right.
Yep.
Woo!
That's it. Just do what's
Yes,
right.
daddy. Yes.
Oh
Woo!
my
That right
God.
there, man.
Yes, my daddy he always says that.
Yeah.
Just
But
do what's
it's
right.
just
Yeah.
that's the most simple part about, like, I don't care about the size. What I feel like is right
Mm-hmm.
in this space is this is just what it is. So you may not agree
Yep.
with me on this side, and you might not agree with me on that side, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
We just
Wow.
went quiet. We're
Uh-huh.
I
like, yeah.
know, because like, it's like message received. Look, we just had church tonight.
Right. Facts. Crystal says facts. 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 You said a quote earlier, Kaya, you don't know until you know. When did you freaking know? Like, okay, this is it. This is my purpose. This is the calling that the Most High has on my life. When did you freaking know? Like, this was it.
You know what's crazy? I don't think I knew back in 2012. But I think when I started the whole journey, and actually I started in 2019, but I think I knew in like 2018. But
Mhm.
it's just that the point of being obedient,
Yeah.
right? Because we have free will. Do what you want
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
We have free will. But I think I knew I knew before I started, like I want to say 2018. I think I knew. I just didn't start until 2019. Um, and then I still was not being that obedient because I was ready to give up. I was throwing it to the wolves. I ain't doing it. And then it was just like, that it's just, I don't know what it is. I know some people can hear the voice. Some people, I just get this discernment, this gut wrenching feeling. And it's like, I'm already thinking what I should be doing anyway. So it's like when I get that gut wrenching feeling, it's just like, okay, you know what you need to be doing. Like, stop playing. Stop playing. Yeah, stop playing. Be obedient. And I'm gonna tell you something too. I don't when being disobedient, I got my hind part whooped. I say you take the back of that sandal and smack you in the back of the head with it. Yeah. He done told me up a couple times.
Oh man, you had to put your hand out.
No, I got hit in the back of the neck with that sandal. You hear me?
Like that cup. Man.
Wow.
So yeah, I think I knew. I just needed to be obedient. That's it. And that's my whole thing now. Even when I'm uncomfortable, it's like, girl, you gotta do it. Like it's just what it is.
Yep, you just gotta do it. Just push through and just do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna birth something beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that? What is it? Push.
Push until something. Pray until something happens.
Pray until something happens.
I like to think of the journey, like the journey of like fulfilling your purpose. To me, it feels like, the journey of childbirth, like literally, you conceive it, it's in the womb, you're nurturing it, and then when it's time to give birth to that thing, you got contractions coming, all the things. That's what, for me, that's when I know, like, okay, this is it. And I know it sounds weird, but all the things that are attached to that birthing process, the anxiety that I don't know,
it's
and
relatable.
all those things. It's like, okay, I'm giving birth to this. Like, this is it. This is what it is that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how it is.
And a lot of times you don't even know when you know what you're supposed to be doing. You don't see the outcome. You just like, that ain't gonna work. Like, but you gotta be obedient. You just gotta walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when faith comes in, because faith is not seen, and really unknowing. Well, you know, but you don't know. So,
yeah, when I get put in those spaces, as much as I want to worry, I like, now that I've tried it, right, and I've been in a space, and I felt like I needed to worry, but there was something like, you can't stress about it. You can't stress about it. If you want me to give you the result that you need, you gotta trust that I'm going to deliver. Right. And so, oh my gosh. And so, like, I told Donzie, and I shared this before on the platform, when I was without a job, like I just, like, every bit of me, because I've always stressed, and I'm a planner, you know what I mean? So that FOMO, right? It was real, but it was so much in me that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to trust that we're going to be okay. And we were beyond, lifestyle didn't change at all. Didn't change at all. Matter of fact, it made me become more disciplined with my money. For real, for real. Like, I was giving so much money away and spending just recklessly. Like, I didn't need to, right? And now here we are, kind of like in a space similar, and I'm not going to stress about it. And I literally told my husband the other day, because we're looking at, we're moving to Raleigh come this summer. And we have this whole plan out, and it's this house that we really want. And I'm just like, like, part of it, we're feeling like, oh, it might not come, it may come. I was like, you know what? If it's meant to be, it's gonna be. And that's all. We're not gonna stress about this. We're gonna turn it over. And when it's time for us to make that move, we're gonna be able to. So man, this was good.
Yeah.
I got a question for both of y'all though. All right. So
Hold on, this is about Kaya. Wait a minute.
It is about Kaya. It is, but it is about Kaya, but it's about us too. Like
it's a joke. It's a joke.
This is the relatable piece. And that word, I can't say, the relatedness or relatability or something like that, that you like, you say so effortlessly, whatever. So we are, Kaya, you're almost 40, right? This is our year, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
oh, y'all 40 already?
We waiting on you, boo.
Yeah, girl, we there.
Girl, Kaya, let me tell y'all how. Let me just tell y'all know I start off the year, like literally January 2nd. I start off the year. So the year literally started like boom, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to feel about being 40, y'all. Because just take it back to childhood. Yes. When we thought about that number, people were old.
Old, yep. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Think about how they compare like grandmas now to when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, like we are fine. We are beautiful. We are healthy. We are in our peak. Yeah. We are living our best life. Yes. And
yes. And that's what me and Nikki was just talking, because her birthday just passed. And so we were talking, I called Bishop happy birthday, and we were talking about turning 40. And I was joking, like, I'm still 30, whatever. But we were talking about how, we were just like on the school bus, but it's like, you thought you was grown in your 20s, thought you had together in your 30s. I feel like my 40s is really my 30s. I feel like my 30s was my 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like we got this saying, it's an insider, but it's like, we get it. You know what I mean? We get it. We always say that now, we get it. And I think turning 40, we just get it.
Yeah.
Now. Like, you're closer with God. Relationship with God is growing. You just look at life so much
very
differently.
Much.
Like so differently. And 40 is not old. Really. 40 is not old.
It's not.
And I feel like at 40, I feel like life looks at us differently too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the journey gives us a little bit more grace. Like we've earned like this badge or something. Like I feel it like it's just a little different.
Really feel I feel like we are reaching our peak. But not in a sense of like we're gonna then plateau. I just feel like this climb of grace has just started. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. And like, I just feel I feel great about it though.
I love Crystal. Crystal just mentioned wisdom. And I love that because I was just talking to a patient today and he was asking me about the kids. And he was like, what is something that you desire to give to your kids? And I was like, not knowledge, not money, it's wisdom. Every time I'm talking to my children, I desire to give them wisdom daily. I live through wisdom. I show them wisdom. I'm talking about wisdom, and just feeding them those nuggets, because wisdom will surpass all knowledge, and it's going to surpass any bank account. Wisdom will keep them sustained in life. So to see her talk about wisdom, I really feel like I'm in a space where I just desire wisdom. Like I'm just all about wisdom. You know what I mean? Knowledge is okay, but that crap is changing every second. They're recreating, they're redoing. So I'm just like, knowledge is like this abyss, a hole, a black hole that you're just getting lost into. But wisdom will sustain you forever, generations and generations to come. So yes, Crystal, wisdom is everything. Everything. Oh my God, y'all. Kaya, girl, it's already been 1 hour and 3 minutes. This is you did it, girl.
You did do it, Kaya. You did it. Yes,
you did. Oh my gosh, this was so good. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Y'all, I don't even want to get off, but we've been on for so long. But it was all goodness, though. All goodness. Kaya, how do you feel about everything? How do you feel?
I feel great. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what I was even nervous about. I don't know what I was nervous about. And I want to say, like, that message you sent me earlier, when I inboxed you, I was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. People sharing it, and my family's gonna be up there. And I was like, no. And you just sent me that message. It was so empowering. And I was just like, even when we talked the very first time, and y'all was just saying how, I don't know how anybody perceives me. And honestly, that's really not my business. You know what I mean? But to be perceived in such a way or in such a light, you know what I'm saying? That made me feel so amazing. The way that y'all was like, we don't see you being there. It's like when you walk in the room, you step in. I'm just like, me?
That thing, woo!
Baby,
Every time.
Every time. Waist snatch.
I
all the
appreciate it.
things.
I appreciate it so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it so much. I appreciate y'all for this
welcome.
opportunity.
We
It was
loved
fun.
having
It was very exciting.
This was amazing. And I know Tila feels the same way. Kaya, keep doing what you are doing. I know it may not feel like you're not making an impact. Sometimes it may feel like nobody's watching, but people are watching. People are
Girl,
learning.
we see you. If I don't look at nobody else's posts, I look at yours. If I don't love nobody else's reels, I love yours.
And
thank you for the love, David.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And it's your energy. Like Kaya, that energy that you're putting off in your presence without even really being attached to people. Like you and I were not attached like that, but the energy, and I want to call it the glory that is around you, Kaya. It is very uncommon. It is very uncommon. It's so pure. It is so authentic, and
it's always been that way.
But see, I wasn't around Kaya like that in high school.
No, and I respect that. I want to reassure you, friend.
I guess now I'm just
Kaya
like
ain't changed.
Yeah, I wasn't around her in high
changed.
school like that,
Yeah.
But from a social media standpoint, not like
no, but I mean, like I had encounters with Kaya, but I think as adults I've had more encounters with her, but I do feel like nothing's changed. Like Kaya's just always been just a humble spirit, a humble body. Like she's what you see is what you get with Kaya. So like when she started describing like describing herself with these adverse words, I'm scared, I'm fearful. What? Girl, stop.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I've never gotten that vibe from Kaya either when ever since I've known her, but I'm just saying like the glow that is on you. That's what I'm saying. The glow and the glory that is around your call and your mission.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That thing.
But what you say?
That's
what you're saying about her, Donzie.
Yes.
It makes sense why you are walking the path that you're walking, Kaya. It just makes sense. You have I think you said she's a magnet. You might have said that this time or the last time when we initially spoke with her. You just have a magnetic vibe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, girl. We're gonna give you your flowers then. We're gonna give you your flowers.
It is.
And I appreciate it. So I appreciate
Stay in that space, girl. Stay in that space. Stay in that authentic space. And we're so proud of you. And thank you, everybody, for joining in. This was awesome. This was so freaking awesome. All right, Kaya, we love you. Anything you want to say to the audience?
All right. I love y'all.
Anything you want to say to the audience before we hop off?
Thank you to my mama. I see it. The parentals are beaming. I love y'all. Chrissy, I love you. If my sister is watching, I love you. Ty, if you're watching, I love you. Steph, if you're watching, I love you. Any of my family and friends who are watching, I love you guys. And I love y'all. Thank you.
Oh, Ty says, great job. You did awesome, girl.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you.
All right, y'all. We're gonna hop off. This is the end of the K.R.E. Episode tonight. Thank y'all. We love y'all. Until next time.
Peace.
All right, let's hop off of here. Hold on.